This is the silver 1 month overview reading for December 2022. It's currently November 21st, 2022, 4:58 p.m. Eastern Time. And the current spot price of silver at the time of this interpretation or this recording is $20.87, almost 88 cents. So the overall theme and behavior for silver, we have profit-taking sell-off from a peak or crest. Looks like that peak or crest takes place early in the month. However, it is crossed. It's profit-taking sell-off from an overbought peak or crest, and it's mixed with a decline that offers an opportunity to open up a long position. Now, the following month has a notably bearish card as a sneak preview, so my sense is that this opportunity to open up a long position probably takes place at a low, like at the December low, into the December low, and then there's a short term, like still within December, opportunity to sell a long position. So, but the peak, it looks like, is probably here early in the month. Around the 5th or the 6th, most likely. Behavior around the high, we have a rally that'll be notable on a year-to-date chart into the high, and then behavior, and that high will also offer an opportunity to open up a short position. Definitively bearish when we combine that with the sneak preview for the following month. The behavior around the low, we revisit a support level that was recently a past opportunity on the scale of a 1 month chart. Generally speaking, that's going to be within within like the last month or so, but usually within a week, probably within the last month though, based on where this is. So with that said, let's take out a look at the October reading real quick and see how we did. So we have October starting here. So we had an early low, and keep in mind this chart is for like an ETF of silver because I couldn't find a bar chart for the spot price of silver. So there's going to be a little variation here, but we had an early low in the month, right? Here we had a low on the 2nd. And then we have a peak I have here on the chart, on the reading 4th or 5th. Looks like we have on the 4th, there was a peak. We almost revisited it on the 5th, and a notable decline from that unicursal hexagram area all the way down to the 10th. Looks like we have a trough here around the 9th. So we're off a little bit, like by a day there. Oh, sorry, that's the 14th. All right, so decline, and then that move on the 8th, that big move on the 8th to the upside actually looks like took place more so on the 11th. Right here, that candlestick, basically, we hit the support and then poof, went to the upside. That was followed by a sharp decline the following day, bumping up against resistance on the 13th. Basically, we go into a low, and then we make a new high here, and that's the 14th. Looks like we were off by a day there, followed by another decline into the 14th. We have the 17th here for a low. That's what I'm saying. If you look at a spot price chart, this is going to be a lot more accurate than if you're looking at an ETF, because we're missing days. Basically, it's throwing off the highs and the lows. But basically, we're still pretty close as far as sequence of events. 21st, we have notable low, and then a rebound out of that low. Another notable low on the 25th. Another notable low on the 28th. So this is pretty solid. If you were to go and look at a spot chart, this would probably be like 98% accurate. That's my sense. So pretty spot on for silver still, as well as with the 1 year. The 1 year does say here for December, right? I sense a pretty good high, but there's a notable reversal off of that high, and then a notable decline from a peak or crest to reach the low. So my sense is that we have a higher price level than we see here, or higher price level than we had for the high in November, or that we have for the November high currently. There'll be a higher price level in December, and it looks like that's probably early in the month to be prudent. All right, so with that said, let's get into the nitty gritty of the chart. So on the first, we have a decline, or there's a notable reversal on a 1 month chart standing out, or on the scale of a 1 month chart, I should say. Notable reversal there in our first low. There's also, in the midst of a decline, opportunity to open up a long position. So we probably go from a low, reverse, go into a high at the end of the day there. On the second, we have a decline that increases with momentum moving forward into the day. On the third, we have a prominent low. This prominent low. This is our first prominent, or I should say, our first prominent low. Sorry, our second prominent low. We have the first one on the first. So this would be our second prominent low of the month. There's a resistance level that's met. And it's important on the scale of a 1 month chart, or multi-day chart, I should say. And it looks like we hit that resistance level, and then we fall pretty hard. Yeah, there's a peak there because there's a correlation to the satiety card indicated by the orange. And then we fall pretty hard. The following day, however, we have a prominent crest. We move higher through resistance on a 1 month chart. We stay above it briefly. We break back down through the same price level. On the 5th, we may hit that high again on the 5th, but there's a notable decline through a support level on a 1 month scale that was just recently broken through once before, probably somewhere around here on the 3rd. On the 6th, there's a rally along a diagonal trend line, breaking through horizontal resistance, meeting a secondary resistance, and then pulling back to somewhere between those two price levels. And it looks like there's a peak there towards the beginning of the day on the 7th, or the end of the day on the 6th, that we sell pretty hard from. Significant decline on the scale of a 1 month chart from a crest or a peak there. So that's likely where the high is, somewhere between like the 4th and the 7th. If I'm wrong about that, then it was likely on the 2nd. But with that said, we also have this decline between like the rally on the 6th and the price swings on the 7th. There's a sharp decline somewhere in there, in the midst of the two. And then those price swings on the 7th. Volatility on the 8th that has a sharp drop within it, standing out on the scale of a 1 month chart. There's also a prominent crest there on the 8th, and a brief crest or peak that it will not be, that's easily missed on the 9th. We fall pretty significantly through multiple support levels on a scale of a 1 month chart through the 9th and the 10th. On the 11th, decline ends with the fast sudden move higher towards the end of the day, but that fast sudden move higher marks an opportunity to open up a protection of some kind. I'm sorry guys, I've got this music coming through I've got to take care of. I don't know why YouTube can't just keep, when I put something on repeat, it can't just stay on repeat. So annoying, my god. It's on repeat 1, yet it moves anyways. Does that happen to anybody else? Anyhow. So fast sudden move higher, ending a period of decline towards the end of the day on the 11th, but that fast sudden move higher marks opportunity to open up a short position or protect against long positions. On the 12th, we fall to and through a support level to meet another support level. This is on the scale of a 1 month chart, and then we rotate sideways along that support level quite a bit. I'm advised there around a low on the 2nd to close out of any losing positions. On the 13th, we sell from a peak or prominent peak or crest on the scale of a 1 month chart. There's a notable sell-off. On the 19th, there's a bit of a rally there, but that rally ends somewhere around the 19th or the 14th or the 15th. There's a rally there, but it ends somewhere on the 14th or the 15th with multiple failed attempts to break through key resistance somewhere around the 15th. On the 16th, a notable move to the upside, unexpected move upward, followed by sideways fluidity, sideways fluctuations. I'd say probably some significant price swings here on the 17th because we have another prominent low here for the month. This could be where the month's low is, especially when we have this decline offering opportunity to open up a long position. We'll have to identify that once we get through all of this. On the 18th. On the 18th, there's a notable and unexpected move. It's a lucky move. We hit a resistance level. And then there's volatility in there. It looks like we may revisit the low from the 17th again on the 19th. But there's a notable, like a lot of price movement on the 18th, and there's a resistance level that's met there. Probably on a move to the upside. A move to the upside, followed by a decline off of that move to the upside around the 19th, and there's another prominent trough in there on the 19th, probably like a similar low to that of the 17th. On the 20th, we probably rally out of that trough on the 19th into the 20th because there's a crest or near overbought crest or peak that we sell from. That we sell down from on the 20th. On the 21st, there's a failed attempt to break through a key resistance level on a 1-month scale, followed by a decline through key support. And then we have a prominent crest that stands out on the 22nd. There's a decline that starts on the 22nd. It'll stand out, so that crest is probably early in the day, either there on the 22nd or let's say on the 21st, because that failed attempt to break through key resistance. I think probably on the 22nd is the crest, and then a decline starts from there. There's something to do with Congress highlighted around the 22nd, 23rd, and there may be a move on the 23rd that goes like high. It's like a high move and then a full retracement. But then we have another crest on the 24th in the midst of a rally that increases with momentum moving forward into that crest. Looks like that rally probably continues into early day on the 25th. But I'm advised that there's a significant drop. There's a significant drop imminent, and it looks like it's probably off of the peak or crest that we see on the 25th, with a prominent low there between the 25th and the 26th, a notable decline through one support level, then another support level, then we bounce sideways along that support level for a bit, and then break down through multiple support levels around the 26th. A lot of price movement covered between the 25th and the 26th there. And then a period of volatility on the 27th that ends with a fast, sudden move to the upside. That fast, sudden move to the upside continues over into the 28th, where we have another prominent crest or peak for the month in the midst of a move higher. But that's out of a trough, prominent trough. And then there's on the 29th another move to the upside, moving the upper end of a range higher, and then we make a new low on the 30th. On the 30th, there's a prominent move out of that low, followed by a full retracement back into that low. And then on the 31st, multiple headwinds pushing silver lower. I'm advised to open up protection there on the towards that crest there, towards the end of the month of the 28th, because we have a decline through, like a notable decline. It's probably more than just silver, probably metals in general in January, and a prominent possible low that would stand out there, possibly. That's silver for December. Let's see if we can look into isolate some of these trade opportunities. We have a swing trade opportunity in the midst of a rally there. There's a fake out on the 3rd, and there's a swing trade opportunity involved in a significant fake out or shakeout or some sort of false trigger of an indication, technical indicator. It's triggered falsely. And then there's quite a bit of volatility when we meet that resistance level. So a swing trade opportunity around there and a fake out. Our next significant swing trade opportunity on the 6th, it looks like when we're rotating along a support level, there's an opportunity to cash in on a position there, and then there's that rally. It looks like another opportunity to trade towards a high on the 7th, and a low on the 7th. Another swing trade opportunity, actually 3 trade opportunities between the 9th and 10th. It looks like we have our first swing trade opportunity at the end of the day on the 9th, involving that notable decline, selling from a peak or a near overbought peak or crest, and a trough for low towards the end of the day on the 9th. And then on the 10th, we have 2 trade opportunities, one involving a holding pattern or an agreement between 2 leaders that somehow impacts silver, and there'll be like a pop and drop there. And then the other swing trade opportunity there involves rotation along a key support level. It'll be a key support level to the downside, it looks like. Okay, so we go from a low on the 9th to a pop and drop on the 10th. That's that Lovers card, and at that peak of that pop and drop, there's a trade opportunity, and then we come back to a support level again on the 10th. It looks like decline on the 11th that ends with a fast sudden move higher on the 11th, offering opportunity to open up a protection, and that takes place. When we're rotating along a key support level after a fast sudden move to the upside. And then there's another swing trade opportunity on the 12th involving a notable decline through multiple support levels on a 1-day chart. On the 19th, a swing trade opportunity involving rotation along a key support level, looks like at the end of the day near a low. And then 2 swing trade opportunities on the 15th, one involving a pop and drop, probably a swing trade opportunity when we're at multiple failed attempts to break through key resistance there on the 15th on the scale of a 1-month chart. And then another swing trade opportunity when we're rotating along support again, and that's probably the same support. It could be the same support that we traded at on the 14th. It would make sense that we go from a low to a high, fail to break those key resistances, and then we come back to that low again. Swing trade opportunity on the 17th. In the midst of sideways fluctuations, there's probably some real price swings here between the 17th, 18th, and 19th. And there's a fake out or shakeout, an intentional fake out or shakeout here on the 20th, so be careful, and that's the swing trade opportunity. Looks like we have a similar thing going on the 19th, a fake out or shakeout there. It could be the same price level, or a similar type of fake out, shakeout, not necessarily though, but be careful, because there'll be like an intentional triggering falsely of a technical indicator there on the 17th and on the 18th, but a lot of price movement between the two. So it's probably not the same price level, but 2 separate fake outs, and a lot of price movement in between on the 18th. 2 swing trade opportunities on the 23rd, in the midst of a holding pattern and then a pop and drop. There's a swing trade opportunity when we're rotating along key support on a 1 month, or at least on a 1-day chart, probably on a 1-month chart. And then there's a swing trade opportunity involving a decline through multiple support levels on the scale of a 1-day chart there. Swing trade opportunities, 3 more swing trade opportunities on the 27th in the midst of volatility, one of them involving a notable decline through multiple support levels, one of them involving rotation along key support on a 1-month chart, or on a 1-day chart, and then another swing trade opportunity involving a pop and drop, maybe an agreement between 2 leaders involved, but there's a move higher and then a retracement of that move. 2 more swing trade opportunities on the 31st. In the midst of multiple headwinds, there's a move higher followed by a retracement, and at that peak probably a trade opportunity there, and then another trade opportunity. That's also at that peak an opportunity to open up a protection, and another trade opportunity when rotating along key support on the scale of at least a 1-day chart there on the 31st. That is silver for December 2022. Let me know what you think by hitting that like button. Oh, and most likely lows for the month of December for silver looks like are probably around the 17th or the 19th, 17th, 19th, somewhere in there, my friends. Let me know what you think by hitting that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Most importantly, make sure you follow that rule of karma, my friends. I have time eating away into other things that I got to do now, so live streams are a little bit on the sidelines. until we get the proper support that we need to continue doing that stuff, guys. Let me know what you think. Please pass it on, and when you make that money, follow that rule of karma. Super important. Keep the channel going. Keep the flow going. I'll see you on the next one, my friends. All right, this is the question and answer portion where I attempt to identify some of the price level type of questions. But before we get into that, here's the shuffle for those of you interested in that.
1 month overview reading for December 2022. It's currently October 20th, 2022, 2:54 p.m. Eastern Time. The current spot price of an ounce of silver is approximately $18.91 at the time of this reading.
Is the highest price level, is the highest high price level for silver in the month of December taking place on December 5th of 2022? Yes. Do we revisit the price level of December 5th, 2022 within the time frame of December 2022? Yes. Do we revisit that price level on the 8th of December 2022? No. Do we revisit that price level on the 7th of December 2022? Yes. Do we see that price level more than twice in the month of December 2022? Do we see that price level again at the end of the month of December 2022? Yes. Interesting. Okay, and we're revisiting a support level that was an opportunity at a low. We'll probably see this price level down here somewhere, like the support level around like the $19 range. That's my sense, or maybe we could go down to the 18s, but this is a recent opportunity at a support level, right? It depends on what happens for the remainder of November, but it could be around this price level, like the $19 range. And then as far as price level, do we see $24 in silver in the month of December 2022? Yes. Do we see a higher price level than $24 in silver in the month of December 2022? Yes, significantly higher. Do we see $26 in the price level of silver within the month of December 2022? No. I'm so sorry, guys. Do we see $25 in price of silver within the month of December 2022? Yes. Do we see 25.50? No. Alright, we're gonna go with $25. And then as far as the lows, is the lowest low for the month of is silver's lowest low price level in the month of December 2022 taking place on December 17th, 2022? Yes. Do we see the price level of the lowest low for silver on the 17th more than once in the month of December 2022? No. So the 17th looks like it's the lowest low. Is there a higher price level for silver in the month of January 2000? Is there a price level in silver in January 2022 that's higher than the price level of silver's December 2022 highest high? It's the same. Interesting. Do we revisit the highest high? Do we revisit the price level of silver's highest high for December 2022 on the 28th of December 2022? Yes. Is the price level of the lowest low for silver in the month of December 2022 around $19? Yes. Is the lowest low for silver in the month of December 2022 lower than $19? No. There you have it, my friends. That's silver for the month of December 2022. Let me know what you think by hitting that like button. Do not forget to subscribe. Most importantly, make sure you follow that rule of karma, my friends. I'll see you on the next one.